Hey, Deb.
Hey, Lena.
How are you?
Good. Hi, Shay.
Hi.
So we'll see how many people get on here and know what they're doing.
I think this is going to look dumb. I'm trying to write my name with...
Gonna start the recording now. What I'm going to do first of all is our agenda. I'm going to bring it up. Okay. Got to figure out which. Can you guys see the agenda?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yep.
It's on my small screen, so I wasn't sure that we could see that. So let me see if I can get everybody on here. Make sure that I guess it won't show everybody at the same time. Okay, anyway, but we'll move on here. So again, what we're going to do is look at the new schedule and see if there's any questions and get your answers. One thing I forgot about, can you guys see this okay, or do I need to make it bigger? The agenda?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you. So the international etiquette teams, the peer review, I didn't really emphasize it right before we left. So just if you could scan that to me, and if you can't scan, just take a picture of it on your phone. I know Josh sent me his scores for Safi, which were real high. He sent me his scores for her. So that's a good way to do it too. But if you could just send that to me by Thursday, that would be great. We'll get that wrapped up. And then I wanted to review the important dates for the research paper. Today you're going to be working on the LinkedIn assignment, and it's not due to work. You have quite a bit of time to work on your assignment and to be able to add, it talks about adding 30 people in the assignment. We can look at that assignment here in a minute too. But you don't really have anything for Thursday. So between what I would suggest you doing between now and Thursday is to really work on your references to get those in order. They're due a week from today. So the references are due, and then 2 weeks after that, the 4-page paper draft is due. And again, I think I explained this in class that what I'm trying to do is to fight the urge to procrastinate and write a paper overnight, or over a weekend, or even over a week. So giving you some deadlines, to workable deadlines to help you come up with your final research paper. So that 4-page paper draft, again, that's all it is 4 pages of your final paper. Okay, so that's due 2 weeks after, so 3 weeks from today. And then the final paper is due about nine days after that, on a Thursday. So any questions about the research paper at all?
The references list, does it need to be like an APA formatting, or do you just want like?
As close as you can. As close as you can. Yeah. Follow the APA guide. And again, if it's not good, if there's some improvements needed, I will note those on you. I'll give you that feedback. And the same thing with the 4-page paper draft. Use APA, and if you're not using it correctly, I will give you feedback on that.
For the actual references, do you want only like scholarly articles, or what would you like?
Yes, I would just be really choosy about it. It doesn't have to be all scholarly, but again, we kind of talked about the quality of resources of our sources, that they should be, you're not going to want to use Wikipedia.
Right.
If you do have, I think you guys have a solid understanding that it needs to be somebody that's credible. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And who has that question?
That was Lena.
Lena. Okay, thanks, Lena. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And so just do your best. And like I said, I will give you, and that 4-page paper draft, it's really important because it's worth 100 points. that is your proof that you have learned about APA and you're demonstrating that. So, you know, even if you miss some major points of that, for example, if you don't cite correctly or something like that, I will give you the feedback on that, and you'll still get the 100 points. But we need to know that you're absorbing what APA is all about. Makes sense to you, hopefully. So then I have the presentation schedule. It's posted out there, and we can look at that. Again, section A, when I looked at it, there were only 3 people that were not signed up. And those 3 people, there were only 3 spaces left in the very first day that we present, which I believe is May 5th. So that's why I put you on May 5th. Okay. Section B, you know, that's I'll talk to them about that when we come to this. Then we're going to talk about LinkedIn. And again, we'll get to that. But let's go to the review of the new schedule. I've got that up so I can review that with you. Here's, just for your benefit, this is posted out there. This is the schedule. Let me get over here. This is the schedule for the presentations on the paper. And again, those are not due until, the presentations aren't due until May 5th, but you should have it posted by May 5th, even though you're not presenting till later. Just get it out of the way, so when you get to finals week, which is the week of May 12th, May 11th, you just have that done. Okay. Any questions at all? Okay. Okay, so let's go on to the schedule. Take me a minute here just to get to that. There we go. Okay, so here's the schedule. And everybody can see that, correct?
No, we just see you.
Oh, you just see me. Okay. Screen sharing has stopped. Oh, okay. It stops when I change the, so forgive me there. So how do we get back to that? So you're still just seeing me?
Yep.
Okay, I completely lost you guys, so let me get back to where I need to be here. Okay, it's recording. And I need to share screen again. There we go. Okay. All right, we're back. Thank you, guys. I didn't realize that it would stop share every time I went from one thing to the next. So again, what we're going to have today is to talk about the LinkedIn, and we're going to look at my account, and then there's other videos out there. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. Now, what I wanted to, if you can see, I'm sure you guys have had a chance to look this over, correct? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Excuse me. So what I've asked for after each one is to write just reflect, what I call a reflection paper, and that is just your thoughts about what you learned. And that way I know that you're getting, you know, to me, I think in one of the emails I sent you, I talked about that I feel that we're going to get to know each other even better than we do when we're face to face, because I get to hear from each one of you what you learned and what you thought was there. So when we get, I will get to Brightspace in just a few minutes, and we can look and see what it talks about, what should be in those reflection papers. It's, you know, what are you surprised about? What are the main points? What would you challenge? I just want to know your thoughts. And there's no kind of length that is required. It's just kind of a journal writing. What I've done in a lot of my other classes when I taught full time for a master's and for undergraduate level, what I would do was ask them to keep a learning journal. And so that's what this is going to kind of be, only it'll be submitted like the next time we meet, it'll be due then. So just so I know that you're staying in tune with the class and you're learning. So, and again, during all of this, please let me know if I can improve the method that I'm teaching and my instructions and so on. You have any questions? If you have a question, I'm sure other people will have questions also. Okay. So looking at this, our guest speaker is Becca Bunce. She's from Great America. I worked with her the last few days, and we worked so that I can give her the power to share her screen and she can talk to her slides. So I think you'll get a great deal out of her. I don't know if you know that Great America is a leasing firm here in Cedar Rapids, and very successful, just a really great organization. So she presented to us last semester and did a great job. But just kind of, it gives you a little background of Great America, and there are internships that are available through Great America. And I told her that we wanted to make sure that she got time to share that, okay? So if you see there, the guest speaker is there, then the workplace expectations, it looks like it's a week later. I think I gave you an extra week because of your research paper references being due. So when you're looking at it, there is just about something due almost every day that you can look forward to taking care of. Those assignments, I think they're pretty clear. And I double checked all the drop boxes to make sure all the drop boxes were in the correct places. But again, as I've told you before, I've never had a syllabus that has been completely error-free. So there's just so many things to look at. So just keep that in mind. If you find something that is missing or something that's wrong, please let me know. Please let me know. I'm not going to be offended by any means. So we have that guest speaker, workplace expectations, then we go into writing resumes and the cover letters. And if you see the resume, I give you a couple weeks to get your resume figured out. I guess it's 9 days is what I give you, over a week to get that done. The paper, we're going to talk about crafting powerful sentences. I found some really good material on that. On April 7th, we'll be talking about tips for networking and guidelines for networking. I think that's really important as you interact with more companies when you are interviewing and so on. And then there's a plagiarism quiz out there that you'll just take the quiz, and there's no drop box for it, but you take it out there, it's posted out there, and just make sure you have that done then by the next week. And email do's and don'ts kind of explains itself. Writing thank you notes and sympathy cards, I've got that. What I usually do is especially thank you notes, I usually give thank you note cards to students and let them write to someone a good thank you note, and then we mail them. And over the years, I've gotten a few from students that I have taught at Mount Mercy, which is really nice. I mean, students that I taught, 3 years before, I'd get a thank you note from them. So anyway, what we're going to do this time is explained in the assignment. I just want the content of a thank you note and a sympathy card. And again, sympathy cards, they're not easy to write. So we'll talk about those. And you see the plagiarism quiz is due, the resume is due, okay? And then we go on to week 11, middle of April. And we'll talk about interviewing and behavior-based questions, how to act in an interview, we'll talk all about that. And then your first 4 pages of research paper are due. And then just know that the assignment for the final research paper is due 9 days later, okay? Then we'll get into, if you look at the rest of the semester, I have added 3 things that I have presentations on. One of them is change management. Another one is April 23rd, systems thinking. Another one is conflict management. And again, those will all have reflection papers due. What did you find out during the presentation? What will you take to the workplace to build on when you are out in the workplace, and so on? So kind of a pattern here. Any questions about that at all? To me, change management is just critical. I think it's the way you communicate why a change needs to be made is critical. Systems thinking is critical, because many times, especially in America, let's say that I'm an accounting major and I want to do everything that is good for my accountants, but I need to think about how that impacts the rest of the organization. So systems thinking, every course I teach about systems thinking. So just a real good, to me, a real good learning for you. And then the last one then, April 30th, is conflict management, a combination of conflict management and getting along with difficult people. To me, that communication is just critical that way. So for some real life experiences for you to think about and how you're going to manage that in the future. Okay. Effective meetings and listening is going to be April 21st. We have a guest speaker coming about mental health. And that is not only, when we're talking about mental health these days, that is, especially, I think you guys probably on Facebook or wherever have seen a lot of, I just see this, that they have removed the 40-minute time limit on our group meeting, which is wonderful. So I'm just going to say, did you guys see that message? Does it come to you too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. No.
We see it on your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I've made all of these part 1 and part 2 because it's kind of funny. What I've heard is there's a 40-minute limit, but when you're scheduling your meeting, they will not let you schedule anything over 30 because the next increment is 45. So anyway, we're going to just keep going, which is wonderful. Love it. And we'll see if they cut us off. If we do, we'll go on to the next session. How's that sound? They'll probably give us some kind of warning. But I thought this would probably take most of the first half hour just talking about these things. So again, the mental health, how many of you have seen, or do you guys see at the bottom of the screen, do you see the ability to raise hands? You guys are still there, correct?
Yeah.
Does anybody see that ability? Oh, here, Josh raised his hand. Josh, do you have a question, or you're just showing me that you can raise your hand?
Just showing you.
Okay, great, great. How about anybody else? Have you found it? Where is it at, Josh? Hey, Scott.
You click on more, and then there's options.
Okay, great. I don't see your view, so I didn't know. Show grid video. Oh, here, show grid video. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to do some investigation here anyway. So show small active speaker video. I don't know what that is. So forgive me. Trying to figure out what all my options are here too. So now I can only see 4 of you. Oh, here's the rest of you. There we go. There's Nolan. Okay, good. And I'm sorry, my webcam is on my small computer, so I'm looking at it now. I hope it's not going to be too distracting that I'm looking at the screen that I'm talking about. You guys don't see me anyway if I have am I sharing my screen, correct? So I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm just mumbling. Okay, so any questions at all about the schedule? Pretty straightforward. What's your thoughts?
Looks good.
Okay. Who is that, Will?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of who is not here. I'll have to look at that here. I think David, did we not get David on? Scott, you're on, correct?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. And if you want to put your video on, and Claire and Safi too, we can see your faces too, but that's all right if you don't want to.
My desktop doesn't have that.
Oh,
I can
okay.
switch to my iPad if need be.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. I have to figure out who's all here. I think I've got everybody, but I think we're missing some people. Anyway, so no questions about the schedule. Let's go back to, I'm going to go back to Word. Your screen sharing is paused, okay. Okay, sorry guys, take me just a minute here. Okay, I lost everything that I had in Google, so let me get back in here. How about the LinkedIn resources that were on Brightspace? Oh, I'm not sharing. You're not here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
okay, I'm just not sharing. Okay. Does anybody want to talk about what they read about the LinkedIn? What I thought the one video was very good. Anybody?
What was your question again? Or what would
What
you
did
like
you
us
think
to say?
about the resources about LinkedIn?
Like the one where it was like screenshots or what?
I think it was the LinkedIn video. I had it up here. Just a second here. Maybe I can get it back. Nope.
James here. Appreciate you spending the next couple of minutes with me. I have earned over, I don't know, about 7 million.
There we go.
LinkedIn is the largest social network for working professionals. In fact,
Do you guys see that?
join LinkedIn every
No.
No.
It is the ideal platform for a person that wants to grow a business or someone that might want to find a higher quality career opportunity. So in this video, I'm going to teach you 7 strategies to help you get started on LinkedIn. If you stick with me until the end, I have an extra special bonus just for you. Hey guys, if we've never met before.
Okay, you see her?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Okay, so let's go to, I'm going to bring up LinkedIn itself. And so stop share for just a minute here. And how many of you have LinkedIn? I tried to send you a really simple Survey Monkey last night. I worked on it for about 20 minutes and could not get it to work. And I wanted to be able to show you guys or get from you how many of you have accounts already. So let's go one at a time here. Lena, do you have an account?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, how about if everybody, you guys know how to raise your hands now? How about if everybody raises your hand if you have an account? We'll test to see how this works.
I have an account, but I'm not entirely sure how to raise my hand.
Okay, Skylar's hand is raised. And Skylar, where did you
Raise
find
my
that?
hand like this.
Oh, there's Will. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Okay. Well,
But
I have one.
do you guys see where it says more? Up in
I
the,
don't see where to do that, to be honest.
I found it under participants.
okay.
Yeah, that's where you click.
Oh, I see it.
I
Everybody
can
see
do a thumbs up.
it? Hey,
Will, you're under
you so far.
reactions.
We
Go to
got 4 of you so
participants.
far. Let's see here. Oh, there. Okay, I looked at it differently, so I can see everybody. So Lena's got her hand up. Emily, Nolan.
I must be tweaking. I don't see this.
You should
Ariel,
bring up a list of
Tyler.
names.
Josh, did you found it earlier, correct?
Yeah, I found it, but I don't have a LinkedIn account, so I didn't raise my hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Claire, do you have a LinkedIn account?
No, I do not.
You don't. Okay, good deal. Well, that's I just wondered how many were familiar with it or not. Oh, Josh, I like your kitty. Okay, so I think this is, let me see if this is everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Safi and Scott. So we got 11. We got 11 out of 15 that have come. So I got to figure out who's missing, and I'll figure that out later. Well, Emily, oh, Emily's there. Sorry, I'm trying to envision the class and think about who's missing.
David and June are missing.
Is that it, David and June?
There's probably more. I don't know.
Justin,
Justin.
Yeah.
the loose guy.
Maluski. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yep, that helps. Okay, just so I know, so I've got to try and get them. We're recording right now, so it's real easy to figure out, figure this out. So what I wanted to do is people that do not have an account, just go out there and say you want to join. It's free. I was just figuring out, I get a warning every once in a while because I still am on the free. I'm still on the free option to LinkedIn. And every once in a while, I haven't done this for a while, but every once in a while it'll say, okay, that's enough people. But I just have people reaching out to me. I don't usually add a lot of people myself, but I have a lot of people that want to connect. I just finished a class with University of Dubuque, and they one of their as my farewell to them, I asked them to fill out their evaluation and if they wanted to connect with me on LinkedIn, they could. So anyway, I've got over 2,200 connections. And so again, I don't know all of them by any means. Before, when I worked for the Iowa Quality Center, there was very few people, unless they wrote and said, I really like how you look, or something, you know what I mean? Some kind of weird request. Even people like me get those. Anyway, I would not connect with them. But again, I pretty much added everybody. But it's amazing. You get, let's have any of you that have, let's, if you guys go ahead and put your hands down, and then I'll know who wants to talk. How's that sound? And how do you use LinkedIn, or do you use it? What? Okay. Have a good day. Sorry, my hubby's just leaving for the doctor's appointment. Forgive me. He was just saying goodbye. I didn't know what he was saying. Okay. Well, that was nice. Okay, so how do you use it? If you want to put your hand up, and Nolan, did you have your hand up? Or you wanted to lower your hand? Then I'll know to call on you if you have your hand up. Okay, who would like to talk? Does nobody really use it? You're just out there?
I kind of just made one, but I haven't really used it yet.
Okay. So have you looked at the assignment at all?
Not that much yet.
Okay. Well, the assignment, I can bring it up over here on another screen, but I like looking at all you guys, so I think I'll stay right here. What I've asked, the requirements are, of course, not that you just pick all your classmates at Mount Mercy. There's it talks about 30. I think 30 is unrealistic. I think if you're lucky, you'll go get 20 new people. And that's because you're going to reach out to them, and it's not going to be up to you whether they respond or not, correct? So I'm sure your classmates will. I'm sure your classmates will. But there's a limit of how many classmates. There's a limit of how many people at Mount Mercy. And I would encourage you to your professors that you want to connect with and stay friends with after school. They would be excellent people to have in your corner. So I really don't know what to do with this extra time. This is wonderful because I thought we'd be switching into the LinkedIn conversation about now. So again, if we get disconnected, we'll go to the second part 2 connection, the part 2 link and so on. So, so is there anybody that has really used it? Josh, your hand is up. Did you want to talk?
I got a message from Safi to everybody saying that she doesn't have an account. I wasn't sure if everybody else
okay.
got that. So I just wanted to
Good.
let you know at
Thank you.
least.
Thank you. And I know there is, I think down in the participants, there is a way to put a chat in. Would you guys check that?
Yeah, that's how I got the message, was through the
okay.
Zoom chat.
And she just wrote you?
It says on mine that she wrote to everybody. It's not private.
Okay.
But just saying that she doesn't have an account yet or something.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to look at that. I know I've got a choice down here that says reactions. Oh, here's chat. It says chat has one. There's Safi's message. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was there. So good. Thank you, Safi, for saying that. I appreciate that. There, I'll give her a clap. How's that sound? We're gonna have fun with this. Okay, so yeah, we have 13 that are here then, and that's with me. Okay, so we know who three are that are missing. We'll have to get them in on Thursday. So anyway, what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you my screen, my account, and just to give you a little bit of what is going on there. So I think right now I'm not sharing my screen, am I?
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is my account here. You guys can see it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to try to move it so that it's bigger over here. Is that bigger for you guys?
No, it's the video now.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Okay, I need to move it back then. And I think I can control that. I'll have to figure that out. Let me move it back. Okay, so if you're looking here, seeing if I can make this bigger. I'm sure there's a way I can. Can you guys see it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it looks at, I mean, when it's looking at me, let's go to me, myself, and it'll talk a little bit about myself. So my view the profile, because that is what you're going to want to build first of all, is, and what I've done, I've just recently changed this to that I'm adjunct professor of business at Mount Mercy. I didn't have that as my top, but I also am an adjunct for University of Dubuque. So that's there. And you can see where I can add more, I can edit, you know, where the pencil is. It gives me some, on the right-hand side at people also viewed all these people. Quite a few of them are people I know. Some of them are not, but quite a few people are. Let's go down a little bit here. I don't have a headline. They said update the headline. I think this is the headline right here. Is what I talked about, that I'll let you read that. And then it talks about my dashboard, 77 people who, let me see here, if it's 77 people viewed your profile, 175 post views, 41 search appearances. So, and then this is some of articles. I've just got one article out there that I put out quite a while ago. And it was about knowledge management, how organizations manage knowledge in their organizations. And then you talk about, it looks at see all activity. And I'm going to go through that just briefly, just to show you what I have responded to. And so Tyler Poldervart, I'm not sure if you guys know him. He is a admissions counselor at Mount Mercy. I just got a message today that he is now going to be admissions advisor at Kirkwood. And he was one of my MSL or MBA, I can't remember which. He was one of my my graduates. And so I told him, congratulations, Tyler. This announcement here, Mid-American Energy Company is, what did I do? I just like this. I have, when I taught at University of Dubuque, their major communications person was one of my students. So I try to like everything that has to do with this, because I'm sure that, I think his name was Justin. I'm sure that he was paramount in putting this together. So that just to support yourself, to support people that you know is really, really important, because they'll support you back. A friend of mine, Helena Long, she is a training person for a small engineering firm. We go back quite a while. Our history was at Rockwell Collins. She left Rockwell Collins right before I came, which is about almost 20 years ago now. And we've stayed friends over the years. And she has started her own consulting firm. And if you see there, it says principal at Longview Consulting. And look at everything that she's done in the last 3 weeks. So anyway, I think I just loved it. I loved it, and went from there. Then Robert Olinger, he talked about that he'd been accepted. This is a friend of mine that I've met through other contacts. He is an improvement person and improvement professional, which is the field that I was in pretty deeply. And he just got accepted at a doctorate program at Drake. And so what I told him is, congratulations, loves Drake. You guys can read the message. Shared with him that I had taken a couple classes at Drake during my internship. Have a great journey. You know, if you need any support or advice, I'm here for you. And he responded, thank you. This next person, I knew her. This was Iowa Quality Center, where I used to be the executive director before I retired in October. And she just got done with her green belt certification, and I know her, so I told her congratulations. Moving on here, this is Bill Treasurer, was a well-known consultant and author. Just a great, when I was the MBA program director, I brought him in for MBA Speakers Bureau. So just really great. So what did I do there? I think I just liked Marcy's comment. Marcy is the one who replaced me. And then down here is Vice President Ian Flynn is a friend of mine. He's Vice President of a division at Raining Rose, and he has an opening in his company. And what I said is, great organization, don't miss this opportunity. This is for people. So if you're looking for jobs, when I said this, it went out to all 2,249 people that I am connected with. So anyway, there are just lots of, I just wanted to go through a few of these for you to understand what all the connections can build to be. And it isn't like I've been on LinkedIn forever. I'd be interested to find out what I have been, how long it has been that I've been in LinkedIn. I'm sure it's not been a decade. So just to know that. Okay. Over on the right-hand side, you can see a people that I follow. I follow Mark Graben, which he is he's an expert in lean. I follow Brené Brown. She is just a great storyteller, and so a lot of people follow her just because she has such great ideas. And then Dr. Bradbury, who's the co-author of Emotional Intelligence. And then there's more see all influencers. I have more than that of who I follow Then these are the companies that I have followed, and some of the companies. Aegon, Rockwell Collins, of course, Brigham Young University. And then here are the schools that I went to, see all schools. These are groups that some of the groups I've been involved with. Eastern Iowa HR group, Lean Coffee in Iowa City, nonprofit executive directors, and there's more. So it just kind of gives you a little bit of my background. Let's look at notifications. Everybody still with me? Will somebody make sure you tell me you're with me yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm with you, Deb.
Okay.
I'm right here by your side.
Thank you. So now this is notifications, and again, I will get lots of notifications, and if you have it over 2,000 people, you can imagine. But I look at them usually. If I go up here, I think this morning I had 8 or 9. And so I look at them. I really don't want to know anything about coronavirus, so I'm going to ignore that. Oh, the Summer Olympics are postponed. Oh, no. I was so afraid that was going to happen. Joe Slocum is an MBA grad of mine. He has a birthday today, so say happy birthday. This person she was involved with Foundation 2. She's starting a new position at Marion Independent Schools, so I'll probably give her a heads up and congratulations. We found jobs at Transamerica and 4 others that you may be interested in. I'm not even looking for a job. So anyway, this is just when they find out what your capabilities are, they do match you, okay? Ron Varner, I do not know him at all, so I will skip that. Julie Fascion, I worked with her at Rockwell, so I probably will tell her happy birthday. Here's Tyler. I already responded to him. And then again, take a moment to recognize Lana Drulow. If you know her, she's been at Mount Mercy for over 20 years, maybe even 30 years. Jemmy Baskerville viewed my profile, and if I would join Premium, I could see everybody that has viewed me. And so I'll look here and say see all views. And it's going to tell me I've had 77 profile viewers in the last 90 days. Now, right now I'm at kind of a low, only four this week, and that's fine with me. But these are, Jemmy was in my class. Missy Ginther, I have no idea who she is. And then here, unlock the rest of the list with Premium. So I'm not really interested in doing that. So going back here. Okay, so going down a little bit farther. There's Tyler, Jemmy, some work anniversaries, so I can look to see if there's anybody I want to, but just a lot of really great information here. This Lindsay Leahy is just a really young person that I think you would enjoy her posts if you want to write down her name, Lindsay Leahy. She's young and just a delight to follow. She used to work for the Cedar Rapids Chamber, so just to give you a little background of that. Okay, so let me see what else I can look at here for you. I think going back, let me go back to home and the profile. Because over here you have, here are visitor. If you look on the left-hand side here, these are different things that I've been involved with. Let's see here. Trying to figure out where it gives you the ability to start filling out your profile, and maybe it's not going to tell me that because I already have that view profile here. Okay, let's go back down in here. So it says strengthen your profile. These are articles. Okay, here's a section that's experience. And if you see here, I just added these two within the last couple, probably the last month, talking about my experience at University of Dubuque. talking about my experience here at Adjunct. And then I have my own consulting firm, Common Sense Consulting, and talked about that a little bit. So that's where you can talk about your experience. Here's your education. So really go into your education is really good. And then licenses and certifications. This next part is really, really, really important because that's where it's going to match you up with other people that could possibly help you. And so here you see this take the skill quiz, or else add a new skill. You want to add that. Let's look at what mine looks like. Let's see here. I looked at it yesterday just to look at it. So, okay, leadership. I think if I click on leadership here, okay, leadership, there are 130 people that have said that I have leadership skills, and it's all of these people. And I know I looked at it so that it gave me a number of all of them. Let me see here. Leadership development is 90. It's all these people. But I know it gave me show more here. I think is where it'll go. Yeah, this is what all my skill people have said I have these skills. So you add what you think your skills are, take the skill quiz, add a new skill, you can do that. And if you see here, some of my top ones are process improvement is 70 people. You can see here some other leadership development are 90, but then it goes down from there depending on what are my strengths, interpersonal skills, training. So anyway, this is a great place. Here's one recommendation. This is the fellow. He recommended me, oh geez, almost 13 years ago now. He is the one that replaced me at the Iowa Quality Center. He's now the Iowa Quality Center Award. But accomplishments, interest, lots of information here. Okay, so adding your profile section is what you're going to want to be looking at. So are there any questions at all about that? Okay, Josh is saying no. I appreciate that. So I don't know that we're going to talk about anything else if you don't have any questions. But how about if I just stay on and you guys, I'll just stay on and I will stop the share and then you guys just fool around inside LinkedIn if you have any questions until the end of the period here. It must be going to let us go until at least 10:30. How about if we let you fool around in the LinkedIn, and if you have any questions for me, I'm here. How's that sound? Does that work? Okay. So again, just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. If you want to go out and look at the assignment, I can certainly bring that up.
Hey, Deb, I had a question about the reflection papers.
Yes.
So did you want those for every class period or just the specific ones that are bolded that are due?
The specific ones.
Okay.
Yeah, the specific ones. So I'm just trying to make sure people are engaged in the class. That's really what it's all about. But I so enjoy hearing what your thoughts are. The learning journals, once in a while I have in my MBA, all the 8 years that I was there, I had one student that he hated the learning journals. And so he would just say, you know, I'm not, every time he evalved, because a lot of the instructors use the same format that I did, requiring learning journals. And the reason is we only see those students 3 hours a week for 5 weeks or 10 weeks. And that is not much interaction, where we have 16 weeks together. And I treasure that time with you guys face to face. They would meet for 5 weeks, 3 hours, and to try and get to know 10 to 25 students in that amount of time is pretty difficult. And so, but I used them for my undergrads when I first started just teaching. I was teaching undergrad, and I used it for them because I wanted to know what they were learning, you know, to make sure that they were engaged in the reading. They, you know, were able to ask questions if they had questions. I don't want people like everything that I'm teaching you now. When I will teach you about change management, about conflict management, and systems thinking. I don't care that you remember that one of the theories inside this is a cybernetic theory. I want you to remember that the organizations you work for are a system. And if you're in accounting or you're in marketing, that you realize that you're part of the system. And so anyway, I don't want you to memorize things. That's why I don't in a lot of my classes, I don't have tests. I want you to understand the concepts and be able to talk about them, but I don't want you to be tested that I'm going to answer this and forget it the next week. So I'm hoping that when you understand a theory, a concept, that will help you in the future to make decisions and so on. And again, in the schedule, what I tried to do is space things out so that everything isn't loaded on you in a certain week. Like the plagiarism quiz, it's 10 questions, and some of you have already taken it. I just looked at it the other day when I was looking at grades. Some of you have already taken it, and that's fine. That's fine. It's 10 questions. So just, you know, just see how much you know about plagiarism and then go from there. So pretty simple, and hopefully will fit in your schedule. Okay, any other questions? I'll just stand by here, but I will bring up the requirements for the LinkedIn assignment, so we can go over that if you have any questions. Maybe I will. For some reason, it's not working here. It's thinking. I'm so surprised and pleased that Zoom was able to give us some extra time. They did say at one point they have a kind of a caveat on their website that says we may not be able to give all this free audio visual connections with the load of people that are adding to the load. So I thought maybe with all the schools going to online that we would maybe not be able to do everything that we thought we'd be able to do. So very pleased. But again, if you have any suggestions to make things simpler, make things clearer, okay. So this is the LinkedIn assignment here. Get to the right place here. Let me see if I can't get it in a better format here. There we go. Now in that video, it does talk about having a professional picture, and that professional, are you there? No, you're not there yet, are you? Okay, well, I got it. I needed to hit share and I didn't do that, forgive me. Are you guys seeing how to get started in LinkedIn? Is that what you're seeing right now?
Yeah.
Okay, now you can see the LinkedIn assignment?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry, I didn't think I got it shared. So it talks about in that video, I think the video is very good. She has a lot of really good tips and easy to listen to, but you do not have to have a professional picture. Just if you see mine was a professional picture, but I just came in from a rainstorm and my hair looked like a mess. And I've had a professional one taken since then, and I don't like it at all. And so I use this, and I was in a class of how to use LinkedIn better, that I never got to go through the whole class because I didn't have time. but my advisor in that class said, I don't like that picture. And I said, tough, I'm using it anyway. So, you don't, of course I would take your baseball caps off. Skylar, that's especially for you. Anyway, I would, just make it as professional as you want and not making a funny face or something. So, but it does not have to be, it can be taken with your phone very easily. Okay, so the background information, what I will do when the LinkedIn assignment is due, I will go out and check out each one of your LinkedIn profiles. So we'll go through this and say, and again, the recommendations, I'm not going to hold you to that because you cannot, what I want to say, you cannot guarantee that somebody is going to ask you or respond to you asking for a recommendation. So I probably would. Could be one from someone at Mount Mercy and one or two professionals from outside Mount Mercy. No student recommendations. Okay. So again, it's good information. And again, I have a lot of professional friends that do not use LinkedIn, but if you're in business at all, you need to use it because that's where people are. And what I do, all the companies that I know. So for example, if Rebecca Bunce, who's coming to talk about workplace expectations on Thursday, if she would put something out there, I really respect her, and I would say something about that to just to give her some credit, okay? Because it's really good when you have somebody that kind of, they endorse you publicly when they do that. Selena Pierman, she's a great OD consultant. We met each other when we were both students at Capella, and she just did a TED Talk up at Waverly, and it just was broadcast, and I was so excited. So if you look at my activity, you'll see that I sent her a note and said, I'm sorry I can't be there. I would be there, but I have to be in a meeting in Solon that morning, Saturday morning. So anyway, it just, the support that you get from one another is so valuable, just so valuable. So any question about that assignment at all? And again, there's no Dropbox because I will just go out and check it. Okay. And the same thing for the plagiarism quiz. You just take the plagiarism quiz and then it's posted. So kind of magic. I did have somebody in the other section said that, why did I get a 0 on my APA quiz? Because I know I took it. If you look in the grades, it's going to have APA 1, APA 2, APA 3, APA 4, whatever. And he wanted to know why he had a 0 in APA 1, and that was because his quiz was in APA 2. And so you're not, everyone's not going to have a grade in that. So just if there's any confusion there. And if you have any confusion about your grades at all, please let me know. Please let me know. It's pretty clear cut. Okay, I can't think of anything else, so I'll just hold on to see if there's any questions from you guys, okay?
Hey, Deb.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had already, or if you were going to post the agenda that you were showing earlier.
Oh, I think I sent it out in an email.
Okay.
But I can post it too, if you need me to.
Whatever works. I just wasn't sure where it was located.
Yeah. And I'll see if I can't have an agenda for you so you'll know what we're talking about, every time. I mean, this next one is going to be Becca is going to take the whole time on Thursday. So go from there. Yeah, I send that out in an email. I think I'd rather not clutter up the Brightspace with that, but if that works for you. So email is going to be your main communication vehicle with me. Please feel free to write me about if you have any concerns, because if you have, even if like Scott, you don't have a camera, the webcams like from I think we bought ours at, I can't even remember where, for about $7 way back, but I've got one on my laptop now. But if we don't have that, that's fine too. But it's nice to be able to see everybody too. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just use my iPad next.
Okay, that works fine. That works fine. And just know if anybody is having any anxiety and stuff about, and any anxiety and unrest and things, you know, there's resources at Mount Mercy to help with that. Or just want to talk to me too, you certainly can. So just keep that in mind. I know in the other class I have lots and I have athletes here too that you're going to miss your seasons, and I'm sorry about that. So there's just a lot of, it's just kind of weird. My husband is undergoing treatment for cancer. That's what he's just leaving for his treatment, and so we have to be extra careful to not interact with other people. So he's kind of stubborn that way, but I'm trying to get him to obey the rules. So hopefully 2 months from now we'll be all done with this and back to normal life. Okay, so I'll just hang out here for a few more minutes. If there's anybody, when you're ready to sign off, please go ahead and sign off. But just if you have any questions while you're going through this, let me know and we'll go from there. All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Deb.
You bet. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Okay. See you Thursday.
You bet.